So I've got some bad news regarding skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty and MW2, because I've seen a lot of people recently making videos about why MW2 is going to suffer, the reasons behind it, and most people keep blaming it on the fact that skill-based matchmaking is the reason why Call of Duty will suffer, especially MW2. There's some pros and cons to this, and I'm not going to act like I love skill-based matchmaking. It really is annoying. I don't really like it at all. I think the old system worked perfectly and it really didn't need changing too much, but Activision is a business at the end of the day, and there's many reasons why they made this move, and it's benefited them. They made over 800 million from Modern Warfare 2 in 3 days. This is their most played game ever in the first week. MW3 was the previous holder for this, and that was back in 2011. So whatever they're doing regarding skill-based matchmaking or the game in general, they are doing it right. From a business standpoint, they are on top form right now. So that's what you got to kind of take into consideration when doing this skill-based matchmaking move as a kind of OG COD player. And for anyone that's just spent years on Call of Duty and understands what it was like before skill-based matchmaking, isn't going to like it. I'm the same. I really do dislike it at times. Actually, majority of the time. I don't think I actually like it ever. But Activision being a business, trying to always get new eyes and new people to be playing their game, they had to have some sort of skill gap involved, because imagine if we were a new player and we came against people with 15 plus years experience on the game. They're just not going to stand a chance, and my argument for this one was, well, we had to learn, why can't they? And it's just a different time now with Call of Duty. I'm sure the majority of you are learning back on MW3, BO2 or so on, whatever year you started learning. I would just say the skill gap and the competitive side to Call of Duty has definitely advanced over the last few years. So what was considered good and like a really skilled player years ago necessarily probably isn't the same now. That's probably a casual player to this day, because we have a very competitive side of Call of Duty now. So they have to be out the way for those new players. I do get it in a way. I'm not saying I like it, but I do get it. So even though this is some bad news for skill-based matchmaking, it's here to stay, guys. It's not going to go anywhere. If anything, they'll probably make it better in a way if they can make it better, but they're only going to try and improve it. They're not going to get rid of it, because they've just done their best game ever in sales and in players playing the game currently. The beta for MW2 is the most ever played beta. It's just they're having the most successful year they've ever had, and that's probably because a lot of new players have come to the game. So they're definitely not going to remove skill-based matchmaking. I don't know how they're going to improve it, but what this message to you guys is, and for players like myself, because it's hard to get around, we're going to have to get used to it. There's no way they're ever going to change it now. It's probably the future of gaming in general, and especially Call of Duty is the future. We just got to kind of get used to it, work around it. I just think, because I've ranted about skill-based matchmaking before, I'm not innocent when it comes to this in the slightest, but a lot of people take ranting to extreme and made countless videos on it, 10, 20 videos, and they're saying the same stuff and expecting new things to happen. It's not going to happen. You just saying the same thing over and over again and expecting a change, it's just going to drive you insane realistically, because they're not going to listen when they're doing the most successful sales they've ever done. Since the start of MW2, there's been a lot of complaints. The level system, prestige system, just a lot of different things that we've complained about as the community of the game, and they have listened to the majority, if not everything. Coming up to season 1, we're getting the old prestige system back. We're getting many changes for the better, but skill-based matchmaking is always going to be one that, whether players complain or not, is probably going to have to stay the way it is, just for multiple different reasons, for the new players especially. After hearing back a little bit of this video and what I've been saying, it kind of sounds like I support skill-based matchmaking and I like it. I want to clear up, I really don't like it, and there definitely is a problem with it. I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying to look at two sides of the story, because when I'm playing the game, when I'm experiencing like a terrible lobby that's so difficult, just out of anger and out of rage, I'm raging at this, you know, I'm saying all sorts that they need to get rid of it now and it's just not working. But then having like a level head and looking at both points of view, I see kind of why it's in the game, and I see it from a new player's point of view. I also see it from myself and others, an experienced COD player's point of view. It's probably not going to go anywhere, but I want to just clear up now, because it kind of did sound like I was all for skill-based matchmaking. That is definitely not the case. If we could revert back to the old Call of Duty system without skill-based matchmaking, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it right now. I think it works so much better. I just hope for Warzone 2 there isn't like a massive skill base like there is in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer right now. I hope it's a bit more randomized and it's just a bit more fair. Because I feel like for the experienced players, especially the casual ones, which majority of players are, they don't want to be having a try-hard lobby every game. They don't want to be literally having a try-hard and just not enjoy it, because especially for the multiplayer, even if you're a good player or not, you want to enjoy the game. You want to sit back and relax sometimes, and Just with skill-based matchmaking, you cannot do that. So I hope with Warzone 2 they kind of balance it out a little bit. I don't know how they would do it, but just make it like a more random battle royale experience. That was the whole reason I got into BRs in the first place, is having that randomized sort of playlist. You didn't know whether you're coming up against a sweat or a bot. That's the fun of it. So try and keep it that way for Warzone 2. Either way, I'm going to wrap up the video here today. Leave your comments down below on what you think of skill-based matchmaking, because I'm sure everyone has an opinion on it. Either way, I hope you lot did enjoy. Please smash the like, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.